Hey kids, how's it going? Gather round. Let's have a chat about concentrates. That's a conversation that we really enjoy over here on Swan Apothecary. I just got done doing an incredible tower workout. If you don't know what that is, it's a form of Pilates equipment. And I just proved to myself that age matters. Yeah, that was challenging, but I made it through. So guess what, folks? I learned something new because that's the great thing about life is we're constantly learning. There is a celebration, just like 420. It's called 710. Oh, and yeah, that's this Thursday. So this Thursday, there's a celebration to celebrate concentrates, which are something that we make all of our medicines out of. But you know, I have a lot of conversations with people about this particular product, and we break it down into a bunch of other things, suppositories, which come like this. This is 5 grams of concentrate, and this would be half a gram. And we take this and we mix it with other cannabinoids, terpenes, and a carrier oil, and then we fill it in this. And this is what people use for suppositories because they need that combination of cannabinoids, where this is just a pure extraction of THC. And it is awesome for sure. And it's the base of everything. And it is the cancer killer for sure. Without this in the mix, you're not going to get that result that you're looking for with just CBD or CBG or CBN or CBC or CBDA. Any of those. You need THC, and not just THCA, you need THC. You need the concentrate. So what is a concentrate, first of all? And I thought that I would just kind of do a little bit of education on what a concentrate is, because a lot of you know, but a lot of you don't know. Concentrate is exactly that. It is concentrated plant material. So it is an extraction of raw cannabis material. It is extracted in a number of ways. You know, the one that most of us are familiar with would be RSO, Rick Simpson oil. That is an extraction that is the way that they did it in the Ming Dynasty. It's the Ayurvedic way of extracting. And what you do is you cover your plant material with alcohol, you do a flash soak, you separate, and then through heat, cold and hot heat, you pull the molecule apart, separating the alcohol, because what you're doing is you're making a tea, basically. And then you want to get rid of the alcohol because that's not the part that's healing you. You need the concentrated goo. And that is what RSO is. Something called BHO, which is a butane extraction. I personally prefer a butane extraction. It looks more like this, although this started as an RSO and it turned into a clearer form of that, because we stripped the chlorophyll, because the chlorophyll is what makes it dark. And I'm gonna die on this hill with all of you. If chlorophyll was really important because of the flavonoids and all the things that people will say, this is why you have to use the dark oil to heal, then eating grass would make you well. Okay, so chlorophyll oftentimes hurts people's stomach. It also lowers the cannabinoid profile because it's another filler in the plant. So when we remove chlorophyll and we remove fats and waxes and all of the other buildup in the plant, we get a cleaner view of the cannabinoid profile, which is what we want. So we can raise, concentrates are dictated, like if they're gonna be CBD or CBG or THC, by the heat of that extraction. So BHO, at least the way that we do it, is done through a cryonically freezing method. So the flower is frozen to it's almost dust, and then it's pressed through a gas, and that brings all of the flavonoids with it. That brings all of the terpene profile, as well as the what's it called? the cannabinoids, you know, like THC and stuff. But it gives you a cleaner, clearer oil, and I like that. And then the one that I like the least, and again, I will just go fisticuff on you with this, is the air extraction, CO2, which just means that the plant material is pressed through air, and that basically kills everything except for THC. And again, it's all about heat. So that is basically what concentrates are and the way that they are created. Now, like I said, there's so many different levels. Like when you get to shatter or wax or rosin, those are different equipments. And this is where people, I'm sure you've heard of the issue where people are getting sick with THC. They're like, oh, I'm so sick, I had to go to the ER. I have this new disease now that says that, I'm allergic to cannabis. And I truly believe that's because we have not only tried to, like at the pheno level, extract everything except for THC to raise it to the highest level, but during the process to make waxes, shatters, rosins, we're wanting to get these concentrates up to like 92, 97%. And your little body wasn't made to take that. And that's not what your body needs to heal. And then you're ingesting that through your pulmonary cavity. And it's making people sick, and it's sending them to the ER, or it's in edibles because it's going through their blood system, and that's making them, feel really dizzy and super high and sick to their stomach, and then their heart's racing, and they get scared and they gotta go to the doctor, and then the doctor's like, too bad for you, motherfucker, you're just high. So, back to what we're doing over here in this business. And I really am here to encourage all of you to come to our private group, the Signettes, because that's where I really can speak more freely. But this is the concentrate that formulates all of our medicines that we offer to the public who are living with life-threatening illness and or debilitating pain. And the reason why we start with something as clean and pure as this is that when we start adding things like isolates to it, I know exactly, I know what this is. I know exactly what it is. By my lab test, I'm not confused. There's no fats, waxes, there's no chlorophyll. There's just pure THC, so I can go in and then I can add to it CBG. It's naturally occurring here, of course, but in order to get the levels, because when cannabis becomes medicine, it becomes like all science. It becomes equations. Yes, it is plant medicine. However, it has a component of chemistry in it, because when you're trying to get something like our suppositories, which start with this and then end up here, they have other things in them because they're a 4-to-1 formula. And that 4-to-1 formula can't be occurring by one plant. It's not possible. It's a combination of plants. And this is why we use isolates, because I know specifically if it's CBG, it is specifically CBG. Now, I have worked with concentrates of CBG, CBD, CBN, and I'm telling you that they do not produce the same way, and they do not yield the same result as an isolate. So sometimes an isolate is appropriate. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick little education on the concentrate, and 710, because over here in this world, if you're not part of our universe, we're going to honor the return of this medicine, which we can date all the way back to the Ming Dynasty and to Ayurvedic medicine. And we're so grateful to our buddy Rick Simpson for creating Run From the Cure, making that movie with Christian Laureate and all of those people at that time, our girl Corey Yellen, and there's so many I can just drop into name dropping like crazy. Anyway, all of us who kind of brought that conversation up, I'm glad that we have a holiday for ourselves, the 710 holiday. I personally am not a fan of high dose cannabinoids like 97% THC, especially in smokable forms. I definitely think that is not what makes, I've treated over 30,000 people at this point because I've been doing it for over 20 years. And I have never seen that's not true. I can't say that. I can't say never. I have witnessed a much better result of a combination of cannabinoids than one single molecule, like super high THC and nothing else in there. So if you know, you know, and if you don't know and you're curious, you can inbox us for more information. But this Thursday, we're going to be putting all of our concentrated medicines on sale for 20% off in honor and celebration of this fabulous medicine and the ways that it helps you. So one of the ways that I keep my head above water, especially in the midst of the sea of bullshaka that is swimming around America, is I get messages from the people that we work with, and they tell me how much better they're doing. Like I just got off the phone with a client who, because of radiation, she had massive mouth sores, like so bad, and the radiation and the chemotherapy kind of ate through the bone of her jaw. So you can imagine how much pain she's been living in. And she started using, and she also is very sensitive to THC. So she's like, I really can't do too much of it. It's too, like, it's just, my body can't handle it. So she's been using the suppositories, and only one a day, because that's what her body can tolerate, is just one a day, which is around 350 milligrams. And then she's using the nasal spray. She's, not shooting it in her nose. She's shooting it in her mouth. She's hitting the masseter. She's getting all around the line. And her job involves her talking for 4 to 5 hours a day. And she's able to do it now. And she told me that, she just was telling me how grateful she was for the products, because she can function in her day and the pain is exponentially less. And no, our bones don't grow back, but the pain and the nerve receptors that have been damaged in that area, they can change. Our receptors, we are nothing but nerves. So when a nerve pulse dies, it is very easy for our body, with the correct medicine, to start up a whole new chain of nerves, like a whole new highway. And that's where cannabinoids, cannabis. Oh my God. No wonder nobody's watching me. I can't even speak. That's where cannabinoids come in, is that they provide the body. It's restoration. That's the thing that I love about this medicine, is that it actually restores and repairs. It's not something you have to do forever. The more you use it, the less you need it. So I hope that you guys are all having a super great day, and I appreciate you all. And if you want to find us, join our private group, the Signettes. Circle back. Our code's going to be oil. All right. But if you don't know where to go, then you don't know where to go. And there ain't no way I'm going to tell you right here in this video. So you're going to have to reach out either through an inbox or join our private group. And then we'll give you all the what's up and the what's how. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you. And spread the word, share the information. The better equipped you are with knowledge about what you're looking for, the better you're going to get the right thing that you're looking for. And I don't want to see anyone get scammed on the internet. I want you guys to have the best experience possible. See you later.